we know in this region there are some incredible places to eat. We are also finding out there's some pretty incredible drinks around the region too, and you're going to be able to sample both at Best Bites. It's a taste of the region coming up on Sunday, September the 9th. It is a fundraiser in support, in part, of Cambridge Memorial Hospital Foundation. Carla Johnson joins us, who not only is on the Best Bites committee, but also author of Cooking with Sin.
Yes,
welcome back again. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me back. This is a good news show to be on. You and Jay share the good news with the community. Well, you know, there's bad news, but you guys always have the fun stuff going on here. This is a great thing about being on this show.
Well, and you're bringing a lot of fun stuff, because part of Best Bites this year is this whole incorporation of the little something to wash it down with afterwards.
That's right. That's kind of all part of the fun. And the neat thing about Best Bites, it's a real fun party. People come dressed up. They come dressed up in their nice summer outfits, and everybody looks good. And there's a theme. This year's theme is Las Vegas. So if you want to come with a Las Vegas theme, feel free to come dressed as Elvis and any kind of theme you want. Just dress up and have fun. And we're really emphasizing the beverages this year. We're putting a special invitation out to get more with the wineries and the breweries. We have so many good ones in the area.
Well, and there's something about summertime where suddenly I want to become a mixologist. I want to come up with that fun drink, that little bit something different, instead of just opening a bottle or you know, screwing the top off something.
Yes.
I want to mix something up, and this is what you're doing today, or creating some drinks for us.
Yeah, there's so many fun things to do. Some of the beverage companies that are coming is we have Molson's is coming, and they're bringing their Coors iced tea along for tasters.
New, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's their new one, so they're going to be here. And they're also the makers of the Rickards White, and so I'm kind of giving them a little special plug. And then we also going to have Wellington. I'm going to use one of the Wellington Special Pale Ale here. One of the drinks is called a diesel. Now, if you are from the agricultural community, you know that farmer's diesel is colored red, so that it's different than diesel that you purchase for other uses, and it puts them in a different tax bracket. And to make a diesel, you mix in some cider, half cider, and half of an ale or a lager here, and this is a really nice one. Now to make the diesel, though, this is called diesel. To get the diesel color, you have to add black currant liqueur, and this is cassis. It's a black currant liqueur, and you add it, and it makes a really red, and it's red, and it's sweet, and it's delicious, and it's just a really pretty drink.
It almost looks like the dark ales.
It
that some people really enjoy when you take a look at it.
It's really sweet and refreshing, and even if you're not a beer, you know, I'll tell you, beer drinkers are a little appalled that I just did this with this beautiful beer. I know that, but if you're not a big beer fan, you will actually love this with the cider, because it's just something really refreshing and sweet, and it feels so great on a hot summer day.
Well, and there are what they call dessert beers out there that are flavored with different. I know I had one that was a cherry mixture.
Yes.
That you can actually have with desserts and sample it together. And which brings me to something else. At Best Bites, are they going to be pairing some of the beverages with different foods that are around, or can you kind of do that yourself?
You do that yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, because the beverage companies are coming on their own, setting up their own booths, and the food people are going to be setting up their booths. And there may be some collaboration. I don't know of any collaboration right now, but as the time gets closer, they might be talking to each other and working something out. We'll kind of see. Sometimes there's surprises along the way.
So you can mix and match yourself with all the great food that's there. Okay.
Now this next drink here is called a michelada. Now this is from Mexico. You want to rim your glass. I'm going to do a quick rimming of the glass here. Okay. I got some salt. This isn't going to be too fancy today here. We've got some salt, and sometimes you can put a little bit of a cayenne pepper in there to make it extra special.
Oh, really?
And to rim the glass, you take, si, senora. And so you rim the glass with some salt, and this isn't too fancy here, but we do. You run some lime around it, you rim it with some salt, and you want to pop in some you want to put in some ice cubes, because we're talking refreshment here, refreshing and cool. And this is a pretty popular drink in Mexico. And then you add your ale or your lager, but before you, excuse me here, we're having a great time. It's fabulous out here. You want to add some fresh lime, squeeze in some fresh lime juice. Now you can see I've got the pre-bottled stuff, and that's okay to use too, but fresh lime is really the way to go.
It does make a difference, doesn't it?
It does. There's just nothing like fresh lime. To me, fresh lime takes me right back to Mexico and the Caribbean and all that kind of stuff, and it takes me there any time of year. And then on top of, so you want to put a whole juice of lime, whole lime juice in there, and then you top it up. And if you like your spices, because the Mexicans like their spices, they put some Tabasco in, some Worcestershire sauce.
Tabasco with this?
Yes,
really?
Yes. And then you top it up with your ale or your lager. In this case, I'm using the Wellington again, and then you can adorn it, and you have and sip away, and it's really refreshing.
And it was
it's
called
spicier.
again? It's a
michelada.
michelada. Michelada.
Makes you
Okay.
want to dance, doesn't it? Yes, it does. And the last one I want to share, Black Fly is coming. They're from London, Ontario. What a wonderful company. They make pre-mixed drinks already.
Okay.
So they're already, it's like your mixed drink is right here in a bottle, and they're delicious. And this Black Fly, they have one of my favorites that was new last year is a tequila margarita. And I've had this thing frozen, but it's kind of thawed a little bit.
I'm looking at that and smelling the lime, and then I'm thinking, ooh.
Yes.
Hi, Chihuahua.
You notice I only brought lime today. Only lime. There was no, I didn't even bother with lemons, just lime. Now, this one's really melted in this beautiful hot sun today. And if you melt it, you freeze it first because it's a plastic bottle and lots of alcohol in here, so it won't freeze too solid. Okay. Freeze it, let it sit out. It can turn into a slush.
Like a slushy.
Yeah, this one's a little bit, there we go.
Look at
Woohoo! There we go. There we go. There we have a little bit of slushy
great.
on our hands. Exactly. And I love my Mexican glasses here. So this one's
Perfect.
Yep. You can. Some people like to lime once again, lime those in salt. I'm not a big fan of the salt for my margaritas, but some people are.
Yeah. Now we need to remind people that Best Bites is coming up on September the 9th. This is always a sellout. If they want to get tickets, bestbitetickets.ca is the place to go.
It is. Yes. Yes.
Gives you all the information on the event, who's going to be there, what you'll be enjoying when you eat, and importantly, what you'll be enjoying as you drink at Best Bites Taste of the Region. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks
this is
for having
perfect
me.
on a day like this. Back with more in a moment. Stay with us.